Greetings, Miami Jazz fans. My name is Brian Kennard, and I would like to welcome you to this very special Miami Jazz Cooperative listening party. Today, we are joined by friend of the Miami Jazz Cooperative, Michael Ragan, as well as some wonderful musicians that he has been following over in Barcelona. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome Michael Ragan to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, today is going to be a very, very exciting program. I get a chance to introduce you to several people that I've had a chance to make friends with and develop a relationship with, and appreciate them as performers in Barcelona. Specifically, it's the Joan Chamorro and the San Andrew Jazz Band program. And he has two of his special people with him today who are a young lady named Èlia Bastida and Alba Armengou. And if we can we say hello to them? So good afternoon to Èlia, Alba, and Joan. It is an honor to have you here. I know that several weeks ago we had two other members of the program, which was Andrea Motis and Carla Motis. And we had people from literally all over South America and all over Europe who were listening to us that day. And since I know an awful lot of people all over the world know already who you are, but we want to be able to introduce you to other people. So before we start music, what I wanted to do is sort of introduce you and have you say hello. So let's start with Èlia on the left. Say hello to everybody here in Facebook land and YouTube land.
Thank you.
Okay, and as you'll see in a second, Èlia is a truly accomplished musician who plays violin as well as tenor saxophone and vocalist. Am I missing anything? Right?
Okay.
And then next to Èlia is Alba Armengou. And then Alba, please say hello for us.
Hi.
And Alba is also a phenomenal musician. As you'll see, most everyone involved with the San Andrew Jazz program are multi-instrumentalists. But Alba plays trumpet, correct?
Yeah.
I've seen you play saxophone.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you play both alto and soprano, possibly. Which God bless you on that. And you're a wonderful vocalist. Have I forgotten anything else?
No.
Okay, well, that's certainly good. And then, of course, the master of the entire San Andrew Jazz program, which is Joan Chamorro. And Joan, please say hello to everybody here in Facebook land.
Hello.
And we will talk to each, and specifically Joan, in more detail, because Joan's program in Barcelona is truly one of the foremost and most exciting student jazz programs, I think, in the world. And in fact, I wanted to congratulate Joan and the members of the San Andrew Jazz Band that they competed for the first time in the Jazz at Lincoln Center, essentially Ellington Festival, which was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think you competed. And as I understand it, I believe you took away several awards. I think your rhythm section was given a specific award with all the 21 or 23 bands that performed. I know that Alba's younger sister, Elsa, won an award for being one of the best trumpet soloists. I know that another member of the saxophone section, Juan Martí, also won one of the best alto soloists, I believe, for essentially Ellington. And then I think another member of the sax section, Alba Esteban, right? Or Esteban. Okay. Right. Also won that. But before we get into, we've got quite a bit of music to get through today, and there's a lot of different types of music. What I wanted to tell the people who are listening today is the first tune that we're going to play is actually a tune that's important for me because, interestingly, I first met this band, or I first heard this band by accident back in, I think it was April 13th of 2013. And actually it happened that Deborah and I were actually in Barcelona. We happened to go over to a place down by La Rambla called the Plaza Real to have lunch. And as it happened, unbeknownst to us, there was a large swing dancing festival called Bar Swinga, which was there in the Plaza Real. And as we got there, there was this band of very young people. In fact, everyone who's on the screen was there, but 7 years younger, getting ready to perform. And we thought, isn't this great? And we also didn't realize that it was going to be a rather large, maybe 500 to 1,000 people of almost professional level swing dancers. And we were absolutely amazed by the level of this band. Fortunately, it turns out that I believe Ramon Tort and a number of people were also videotaping that day. And they videotaped one of the performances, which actually has Èlia on violin. And I think, Alba, I think you play a trumpet solo. I think your sister Elsa also plays a trumpet solo.
Yeah.
I think Carla plays along with Josef on banjo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of my favorite parts is actually when Andrea and Eva do the duo on the soprano saxes, which I think is fun. So Brian, why don't you play that so that the people who are watching can see exactly how good this band is and get a chance to see, actually, if you look closely at this video, you can actually look in the background. You can actually see Deborah and I sitting at our table watching you. So.
Wow.
That's great. and that's exactly how I met all of you, and it's wonderful. Joan, what do you say about that? I think I've been back to see several, obviously quite a few of your performances, but several more at the Bar Swinga, and it's always the most beautiful experience. I tell everyone if they can get there during April when you have the Swing Dance Festival at the Plaza Real, I think it's wonderful.
It's very nice to play for dancers because energy is very positive. And in the day, with the sun and the people smiling all the time, dancing, and it's beautiful. See again this China boy because play a lot of young people and good solos because the solos are Shini Bechet solos, it's transcriptions.
Sure.
The trio is I think is Andrea, is Eva Fernandez,
right.
and Joan Martí.
Joan Martí, yeah.
Sopranos, yeah. But all the people know the solo. But at this moment,
no, you're right. And also, I wanted to tell the people who are listening is one of the important things about today is we're actually here live from the Jazz House. And where you're going to see is a number of the places or a number of the recordings that we've seen were actually recorded in the room where Joan, Alba, and Èlia are at. Yeah. And I've been fortunate enough that Èlia and Alba and Joan actually invited me to see a couple of rehearsals at that house, and it's a great experience. It's a great place to be in St. Andrew. So, I thank you for that. So this is a great experience for everyone. Now, Èlia, why don't you introduce the next tune we're going to do is from your CD, which I guess is the Magic Sound of the Violin, correct?
Yes, correct.
And it is your wonderful version of How High the Moon. So why don't you tell us about that, then Brian can play.
This song is like a tribute, Stefan Grappelli tribute.
Sure.
Because I like one version that is with McCoy Tyner in piano, and we want to do a little tribute with this song that he played a lot in live and CDs and collaborations, and it's for me very special song.
Well, that's great. Well, Brian, let's hear How High the Moon then. Yeah, that's great. That's amazing. I forgot about the Charlie Parker at the end too, which is great. That's wonderful. And that, of course, was obviously recorded right in the room where you're sitting, right at the Jazz House.
Yes, that's right.
Exactly. Well, okay. Now tell me, the next tune that we're going to do is the beautiful Billy Strayhorn tune, "Daydream," which is one of my favorite tunes. And I guess that's a tune that, again, I forgot to mention that Joseph Travers played guitar on the last cut, as did, of course, Carla Motes. And of course, Scott Hamilton plays, I believe, a sax solo on "Daydream." So, Elliot, tell us about that, and then we'll go hear the tune.
This song, Joan showed me
Sure.
that it's Duke Ellington and violin sessions, that it's like a trio with
Sure.
different violin and viola too, that like Sven Desmussen, Stefan Orpelli, and another violinist. And one of the songs is "Daydream," and I like it, and we decided to put it in the new CD.
Well, I am glad you did. This is in your new CD, which when we get done with this, we'll put up, obviously, the website where people can purchase this at. But Brian, why don't we go ahead and put "Daydream" up, and let's hear that beautiful song and Elia's even more beautiful version. Just beautiful. Now, Brian, before we go to the next, can you put up the websites where people can purchase this music? Because I think, when they hear this, I think they're going to want to get their own copies, because one of the great things is that, Joan and to the whole San Andrew group, San Andrew Jazz program, have quite a few just wonderfully produced CDs, DVDs of concerts, which have been very professionally done. And really, it's worthwhile to purchase all of them. Now, one last thing, Èlia. The next tune is, I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly, and I apologize. I think is it Alfonsina y El Mar?
Yes.
At least that was close. El Mar. Okay. Well, tell me about that. And I think the important thing, aside from you obviously performing on this, did you also arrange this tune?
Yes, it's a little arrangement, but yes. yes.
It's all arrangements are great arrangements, but you should be very proud of that. So tell us about this tune, and then we'll have Brian pull us into it.
Okay, this tune is a special tune for me because I listen a lot of times during.
Sure.
And I like to sing it with my friends, and when I have to think about new songs for this new CD, I thought that it would be a very special song for me if I can play it and record it. And I say it to Joan, and Joan said, okay. And it's the reason.
Well, that's good. Brian, can we cue up Alfonso y El Mar and Alfonsina, and let's hear this beautiful tune.
Yes.
Pues eso, que nos estaremos.
That's wonderful. Okay, it's a beautiful arrangement. Again, Brian, can you put up the link for where they can purchase the CD, which is The Magic of the Violin? And the other thing, I would be remiss if I failed to mention that somewhere in the background, I think if the people who are watching can see that there is a beautiful portrait back there of Scott Hamilton, the saxophone player you've seen playing, which actually done by Elia's father, Enrique Bastida, who is one of the finest painters that I've had. And in fact, I've actually purchased a number of his things. And he does paintings primarily of just wonderful jazz performers. And everyone should take a look at his work. It's an absolutely great thing. We want to do is get all of you over here to the United States sometime and get your father come over and he can show his work as well. But let's let Èlia have a break at this point, and let's go to Alba if we can now. Alba, the next tune is Nobody Else But Me in a different scene. It's you with the big band, right?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that, because this is you on vocal, I think.
Yes. This is a version. The arrangement is the version of Sarah Vaughan with the big band. That it's wonderful. It's a wonderful version. Sarah Vaughan is incredible.
Sure.
Yeah, we copied what we transcribed that
Sure.
arrangement, and we played it, and we decided to put it in our CD. So there it is.
Okay, well, that's great. Let's hear that. And this is Nobody Else But Me with Alba Armengou. Go ahead, Brian.
I am.
Very swinging, very swinging.
Yeah,
And for those of you who are watching, you can see that there was probably somebody recognized they're playing tenor sax, which was Èlia playing her next instrument. And I think back in the trumpet section was your sister Elsa, who I think we'll see more of later on.
Yeah.
But now, Alba, tell me the next song again. Is it Dança de Solidão?
Dança da Solidão.
Is that Portuguese?
Yeah, in Brazilian.
Oh, Brazilian. Okay, well, tell me about that song because that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that song. Well, Joan showed me that song because I think he discovered that song when they were rehearsing or recording for the last album from Andrea.
Sure.
That Outro Lado do Azul, that is that song in that CD. So and we were recording. I think 2 months ago of the recording, Joan told me, "Oh, that is a beautiful song. I think you will love it." And I listened to it, and it was, oh my God, it's so beautiful, and I want to sing the song. And we invited also Andrea, and she made a second voice, and she played a trumpet solo.
and with arrangement, a Joan Monet arrangement. It's different version, the Andrea's version.
Yeah.
With I think flute, no tenor.
It's with flute and trumpet arrangement. Yeah.
And it's glad you brought that up because you're right. I mean, to mention Joan Monet, who I think is a spectacular arranger, just absolutely spectacular. And what I tell people who, through the last 2 visits, we've got a chance to meet Joan and meet, 4 of his musicians. But I will tell you that there's another 20 musicians that you need to that are usually in that room that you need to meet because there's that many great musicians that Joan has taught and has mentored. So let's go ahead, Brian. Let's go and hear Dança de Solidão, if I've got that.
De chumbo, solidão, palavra cavada no coração, resignado e mudo no compasso de desilusão, viu? Desilusão, desilusão, danço eu, dança você na dança da solidão. Desilusão, desilusão, danço eu, dança você na dança da solidão. Camélia ficou viúva, Joana se apaixonou, Maria tentou a morte por causa do seu amor. Meu pai sempre me dizia: cuidado, quando eu penso no futuro, não esqueço no passado. Desilusão, desilusão, danço eu, dança você na dança da solidão. você na dança da solidão. Desilusão, desilusão. Danço eu, dança você na dança da solidão.
Yeah, that's a beautiful arrangement. It's a beautiful tune. Love to hear that. And I forgot to tell people that, of course, was recorded at the Jamboree Jazz Club in Plata Real. And I think that might have been the night. Was that a year ago in May when I think we did the present? It was Joan Chamorro presents Alba Armengou. There were two nights where one night Alba went and the next night Èlia went, right?
No, Carla.
Carla, that's right. Carla, exactly. I apologize. Okay, I get confused because I've been there, but Jamboree is one of my favorite jazz clubs.
Go
ahead.
We have a lot of recordings, live recordings in Jamboree for different Joan Chamorro presents.
Absolutely, no, I mean, and a number of them. In fact, why don't we, Brian? Why don't you put up the link again so that people can find the place where they can then go ahead and purchase, not only Èlia's but also Alba's CD. And take a look at all the rest of the CDs. And then, Alba, go ahead. Tell us about Frank Foster's Shiny Stockings. You do a great job on this. Very swinging. But tell us about this.
Thank you. I think this song was at first for a concert we did in Luz de Gas.
Luz de Gas, yes.
Yeah. And Joan told me if I would like to sing this song. And I love this song. It's so beautiful, and the version of Ella Fitzgerald is incredible. So I said yes, and later we said, wow, maybe we can do it for the CD and invite Scott Hamilton, and and that's it. And we recorded right here.
Exactly, you recorded it right in that room. In fact, I think that was in November of 2018 when you recorded it, because I think I was fortunate enough to actually be in that room when you did.
Yeah.
And Scott Hamilton does a wonderful job in this. And before it takes too long, Brian, go ahead and let's go ahead and cue up Shiny Stocking so people can hear how good Alba sounds on this tune.
Those silk shiny stockings that I'll wear when I'm with you, I'll wear 'cause you told me that you dig that crazy hue. Do we think of romance when we go to a dance? Oh no, you take a glance at those shiny stockings. Then came along some chick with great big stockings too. When you change your mind about me while I never knew, I'll guess I'll have to find a new kind. A guy who makes my shiny stockings too. Chick with great big stockings too. When you change your mind about me, while I never knew, I guess I'll have to find a new kind, a guy who digs my shiny stockings too. A new guy who digs my shiny stockings too.
That's great, Alba. That's absolutely wonderful. Great version of that. Again, Brian, make sure just put up the link so they know where to purchase these CDs. And I thank you so much, Alba. Now, Joan, tell us about the Joan Chamorro new quartet, which is effectively Èlia, Alba, and I think Carla and yourself. But tell us how that started. That's great.
Yeah. The reason is because I have Joan Chamorro present,
right?
And I think perhaps it's beautiful play together with the quartet because the Carla have a good tempo and good thing. I play a lot of times with Carla, playing with Andrea, and playing different contexts, and I feel good playing with Carla without drummer. And two, because for gigs is beautiful because it's easy to move. Understand me? No piano, no drums. Sometimes a beautiful place to play. The quartet is and three voices because Alba and Èlia singing very beautiful and Carla singing too, and different instruments and the colors is very different and I like a lot. And say, hey, a concert with Scott Hamilton. And we have to do it.
And in fact, I think the CD has just come out, right? The new quartet CD.
Yes, this.
Okay, now was that recorded at the Luz de Gas?
Yeah.
Yes, it's in Living Luz de Gas. Yes.
In November, and fortunately I was there. It was a wonderful concert, and I can't wait for things to quiet down so I can get back to Barcelona and see you all again. That will happen someday, I hope.
Sure.
But, no, I hope so. I hope so. But anyway, so Joan, tell me the first tune is it Ella E Yo?
Yes.
So tell me about that, please. And
it's a beautiful song, but it's not jazz because it's a popular song.
Perfect.
But perhaps you have something to say better than me.
It's like a bolero that it's a kind of music, and I don't know. We recorded in my CD, The Magic Sound of the Violin first, and for this new project, the new quartet, we thought that it would be nice to record it all together with the chord and with other colors like Alba singing, and it's a different version that I think that it's very beautiful.
This is the only song without Scott Hamilton. This song, we played 2 songs with Scott. One is this without Scott.
Right.
First is this okay.
And they know that these 2 open the concert, and later Scott
enters.
Yeah, and all the songs the concert are in the CD, and the first and the only one
unless this and I think Solange Samba.
Yeah, no, and Solange Samba no. Yeah, 2 songs are not in the CD.
I see. Well, Brian, go ahead. Can we cue up Ella E. Yo and hear this beautiful quartet?
Yeah, and
go ahead.
The composer is Oscar Hernandez. Yeah, because it's important, I think, to say it.
Okay.
sendero de mi vida triste hay una flor y apenas su perfume delicioso me embriagó. Cuando empezaba a percibir su aroma se esfumó y así vive mi alma triste y sola, y así vive mi amor, queriendo percibir aquella rosa, su perfume y color, que lloro triste mi cruenta vida. pura como el perfume, así era ella. Como lo triste, como una lágrima, así soy yo. Como lo triste, como una lágrima, así soy yo.
Yes, I remember that concert. That's a beautiful, beautiful tune. And you said it's a bolero, right?
Yeah.
That's absolutely wonderful. Okay, and everyone should, again, make sure you purchase that, which they can get that CD also at Jazz to Jazz, correct? And they can order that. Now, tell us, the next tune is it Sonho Meu? I'm not pronouncing this correctly. Sonho Meu?
Sonho Meu.
Meu, okay. Is that Portuguese, Brazilian?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about this before we go into that tune. I know there's the two of you sing a duo together, correct? We sing.
Yes, this song, I think. Well, Èlia showed it to me. That's this song.
Sure.
And we listen the version of Maria Bethânia and Gal Costa, that are two singers, wonderful singers, Brazilian singers. And well, we made our own arrangement, and that's it.
That's it.
That's perfect. Brian, let's hear their arrangement of this beautiful tune.
Sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu, vai mostrar essa saudade. Sonho meu, com a sua liberdade. Sonho meu, no meu céu a estrela guia se perdeu, e a madrugada fria só me traz melancolia. Sonho meu, sinto o canto da noite na boca do vento, fazer a dança das flores do meu pensamento. Traz a beleza de um samba, sentido marcado de mágoa de amor. Samba que mexe o corpo da gente, e o vento vadia embalando a flor. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu. Sonho meu, céu a estrela viva se perdeu. E a madrugada ria, só me traz melancolia, sonho meu. Sinto o canto da noite na boca do vento, fazer a dança das flores no meu pensamento. Traz a pureza de um samba, sentido marcado de mágoas de amor. A samba que mexe o corpo da gente e o vento vadio balando a flor. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu, vai buscar quem mora longe. Sonho meu, sonho meu, sonho meu.
Yeah, that is a beautiful tune. And you're absolutely right, Joan. There's so much sound and so much variance and great nuance that you can do with four people when you have, the great bass and the great guitar and two wonderful vocalists who can then play trumpet and sax and all these other things. You've got so many different sound patterns you can use.
This is the question, no?
Yes.
Not too much instruments and make beautiful music. No?
I think it's wonderful. I think one of the things that I have been so impressed over the years with you and all of the students that you've had is not only that almost all of your students are multi-instrumentalists. Everyone I see up there, I consistently see someone picking up yet another instrument that they play just as well as the last instrument they played, and then sing, which is very difficult. And then the other issue is what I love here is the fact that you have so many different types of music, genres of music. I love the big band music, but I absolutely love this Brazilian music because I'm not familiar with it. So, by listening to this, you've exposed me to things I wouldn't have heard otherwise. And that I thank you for. And the fact that you also use so many different types of groups. I mean, we've got big band groups. I've seen you do with the small quartets, with the no net you've done with those great arrangements. A lot of the things with Luigi Grasso and all of that has just been spectacular. So tell me about this. The next tune is "Love Your Spell Is Everywhere."
Love Your Spell. I know this song, the Curtis Fuller's version with Benny Golson.
Benny Golson, sure.
Yeah, it's with the quintet. The first time we play with Rita Valles in, I think it's Lua Marella.
Mm-hmm.
With Andrea and Rick Olivera tenor, and in this in the Luz de Gas is a pleasure because we have the only one Scott Hamilton playing with us and playing a beautiful solo. The arrangement is for two voices, and in the beginning Èlia played the tenor and Alba played trumpet. And the end of the song is a beautiful melody with two voices. And I think you play a beautiful solo too. And Carla play a beautiful solo, very, very swinging too. It's a beautiful version.
Perfect. Brian, let's hear Love Your Spell Is Everywhere.
made me forget the voice that whispers
And that again that's from the new CD, which is the Joan Chamorro New Quartet, an absolutely fantastic CD. And I was lucky enough to actually have been at the Luz de Gas that evening when Alba Armengou was performing. Now we've got a couple other tunes that we want to play so that people can understand exactly the range of the music experience that a St. Andrew has. And the next one is Tryst or Tryst, which is Alba's solo. But I think it's Alba with Èlia singing, right?
Yeah.
And Andrea.
And
Rita.
And Rita. Rita, Èlia, y Andrea singing background vocal, and the first voice is Alba. It's a new CD. Joan Chamorro present the magic of the voice.
Magic of the voice, yes.
Ensemble with instrument. Because I have one before, and only Andrea, and Rita, Magali, Eva Fernandez, and this is the second.
Sure, absolutely. Well, everyone should listen to all and purchase all of your CDs. So, Brian, let's go ahead and hear Tryst, which is I guess also recorded at the Jamboree Jazz Club, and I think people will really like this. It's a wonderful tune.
Viver na solidão, viver na solidão, na dor cruel de uma paixão. E sabe que ninguém pode viver de ilusão, que nunca vai ser, nunca vai dar. O sonhador tem que acordar. Tua beleza é um avião. Pobre coração, demais de pobre coração, que para te ver passar, só pra me maltratar. Triste é viver na solidão, triste é viver na solidão, na dor cruel de uma paixão. Sabe que ninguém pode viver de ilusão, que nunca vai ser, nunca vai dar. O sonhador tem que acordar. Tua beleza é um avião, demais para pobre coração, demais de pobre coração, e para te ver passar, só pra me maltratar. Viver na solidão. Que ninguém pode viver de ilusão, que nunca vai ser, nunca vai dar. O sonhador tem que acordar. Tua beleza é um avião, estiver façal só pra me maltratar. Triste é viver na solidão. Triste é viver na solidão.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. I love the close voicings for the harmonies and all that. Just wonderful. And also, we should mention that Joseph Traver is in there, right? And Ignacy Terrazza, right? And Esteve P.
Yeah.
I hope they get part of their names right.
But guitar. Okay.
And of course, you know, I think probably the video was done by Ramon Tor, too, correct?
Yes, all the videos from this.
And I'm going to mispronounce, and of course, the recording engineer is, I think, is it David Casamiciana?
Yes, Middle House.
Oh, little House. That's yes. I'll do that better. Okay. But that's a beautiful, beautiful tune, and everyone should get get purchase the magic of the voice. Now, the next tune we have is one of your tunes, Joan Chamorro, which is Uma Estrela. So tell us all about that. And that has Joe Manueli, the trumpet player, playing on that, right?
Yeah, Estrela. I read the melody and Èlia read
the lyrics.
Yeah, the lyrics.
Oh, perfect. Very good. See, everyone's so multi-talented. Well, let's hear this beautiful tune that the two of you wrote. Go ahead, Brian.
que o céu ensina o mundo assim para assim.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tune and beautiful lyrics.
Thank you.
I just think it's absolutely wonderful. Well, we've got two more tunes. I think the next tune should be interesting because I like this, the fact that you all suggested this is, of course, My Funny Valentine. But I think it's important because it allows people to see Joan Chamorro effectively being Chet Baker, right?
I like a lot the Chet Baker.
Chet, and you're singing like Chet Baker with the great, all the people singers behind you. I think it's wonderful. Joan, do you want to introduce this tune? Because I think it's a beautiful tune. And I think this is also from the magic of the voice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the only song I in this CD I sing song. It's a beautiful arrangement because and the first time is only bass and vocal.
Right.
Rita, Alba, Abril, Èlia, and
Alba.
Alba Esteban. Singing like Andrea, yes, five, and singing background over me.
Background.
Yes.
Or background.
Exactly.
I think I don't know. I don't remember if the drummers are playing with us. I don't remember. No, it's only bass and vocal and beautiful solo Rita, and beautiful solo scat solo for Andrea.
Andrea as well, sure. Yeah. Well, good. Well, Brian, let's go ahead. Let's hear My Funny Valentine.
My funny Valentine, sweet call me Valentine. You make me smile with my heart.
Make me smile with my heart.
Your looks are laughable, unphotographable. Yeah, you are my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than green? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart?
Are you smart?
But don't change your hair for me.
A hair for me.
Not if you care for me.
Care for
Stay, little Valentine. Stay. It's
Valentine's Day. Each day is Valentine's Day.
You fair girl, less than green. Is your mouth a little green when you open it to speak? Are you smart? But don't change your hair from me. Not if you care for me. Stay,
That's a great performance. I love that. I love the scat singing. I love the very close harmonies. It's a beautiful thing. Well, I'm glad we had a chance to spend this time. We've got one more tune to listen to, but I wanted to thank you all very much because I hope people have had the opportunity to see the broad expanse of music and Joan, what you've done with these students over the past, I guess, 14 years? I believe you started in 2006, correct?
Yeah, 14. The next 15.
Perfect. Next 15. And I think everyone, once the world gets back to normal, which I hope it will, everyone should come to Barcelona to see your shows. They should see them in the various venues. I mean, Luz de Gas is a beautiful venue. Jamboree is a beautiful venue. Are you going to be having the Jazzing Festival this year in September?
Yes. We are working in this with Blanca Gallo.
Perfect. Okay.
September 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will try to get to that, although I'm not sure whether the European Union will be allowing people from the United States into Europe yet, but we'll see what happens. But the next tune is great because it's I think it's primarily Èlia, and I think that Ignacy is involved in this, and Scott, of course. But one important for this is I think one of the most beautiful venues to hear the music, and I should tell everyone that they should try to hear any performance in the Palau de Música, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is one of the most beautiful buildings and a great sound, and it's just a wonderful. And you should hear this band. And let's, Èlia, you're doing Stardust, which is absolutely wonderful with Ignacy, and then of course doing Shine with pretty much Scott Hamilton. Do you want to introduce us with this? And then when we're done, we'll come back and say goodbye. And I hope I haven't kept you up too late on a Friday night.
Thank you. Yes, this is also a Stefano Grappelli tribute because in the Festival de Jazz de Barcelona, we done a concert which a lot of tributes celebrating the no sé cómo, festival 15 years of Festival de Jazz of Barcelona.
Sure.
And this is a Stefano Grappelli tribute. Yes, we love to play at Palau de la Música. It's a beautiful venue to play to.
It is a beautiful venue. It's just everyone should go. Well, everyone should go to Barcelona, but they should go there. And I thank you, and we'll come back. We'll have you say goodbye at the end, but I thank you for a wonderful, wonderful day of music. Brian, let's hear Stardust and Shine. Great way to end it. First of all, I want to thank you, Èlia, for and your dad for his friendship and for all the wonderful paintings I've been able to get, and just being a wonderful musician. You've got obviously a tremendous career in front of you, Alba. I mean, your career is spectacular and only going to get more spectacular. And I look forward to coming and hearing you play more often. Joan, I thank you for what you've done in terms of establishing an amazing jazz program. A program that's literally, internationally known at this point, and providing a way for not only just wonderful musicians to develop, but for people to develop and mentor them into their adulthood, which I think is very important. I would be remiss if I didn't mention, hopefully for all the people who listen to this, for those people on Facebook, there's actually a Facebook page called Friends of St. Andrew Jazz Band, which is administered by Jerry Berman and Bo Hansen, which is a great way to maintain contemporary on all the various things which are released, because there's no music released and literally almost on a daily basis by people all over the Spain and Italy and the world. But I wanted to say goodbye to you. Joan, do you have anything to say before we leave? And I thank you for giving me this much time. I know it's late in Barcelona, but why don't you let us go with some words of wisdom?
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Goodbye to everyone. And Brian, thank you very much. I think we've played all of our music.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to listen to you and just share in the spirit of music with you all. Before we go, I just wanted to quickly announce to our viewers, we have a couple shows coming up next week that should be really fun. Next week on Monday, Miami musicians Wendy Peterson and Nikki Orta will be discussing music, composition, and such with trombonist and bandleader John Fedchuk, who is an internationally known musician who was on our listening show a couple weeks ago. Right. And Lindsay Blair will also be there to discuss some composition and her guitar work. And then on Thursday evening with me, we'll have bassist Jamie Owsley discussing the music of Bill Evans. So we welcome everyone to join us for those, and it should be a great time. And I just wanted to say one more time, thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you all sometime in the future.
Live, yes. I can't wait to get back to Barcelona. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Èlia, Alba, Joan. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you, Brian. Bye.
Bye. Bye.